Let's make a cherry cookie. This is the base of all of the cookies in the Red Harvest set, and it's that beige color. The first thing you want to do is outline the cookie with that beige color. So I'm just going fully in a circle. This is completely in real time. And I like to go in that circle maybe 2 or 3 times. One thing that you might consider doing is outlining every single one of your cookies, your circle cookies, particularly in this set that works because we are doing everything in the same exact color. If you do every single one before filling them in, then you can make sure you have a really strong, rigid edge for you to be able to fill in the future. You can tell I did not do that in this for this cookie. You don't have to do it, but if you feel like you're getting a lot of overflow, then I would recommend doing that. But the other thing I like to do is I'll create that outline and then I start filling in my cookie from the inside instead of going along the outside of it. And you can see I had a weird blockage in my piping bag. And I'm going to go all the way around, filling in any extra pieces. You definitely want to make sure you're adding a lot of icing. If you are new to cookie decorating, you are going to be adding more icing than you think makes sense. And I don't know what was going on with my piping bag, but I kept having blockages today. And I try and go close to the edge without overflowing the edge. And the more you decorate cookies, the easier this will be for you. But even pros absolutely have cookie or icing spillage. And then I come in with my scribe, or this could be your toothpick, and I'm going to push the icing to that edge and then push it back into the center so it's not getting too much pressure on it. And I like to do this, one, to move all the icing around so we can have a very flat surface, and two, to make sure that every single crevice is filled in and that line blends seamlessly with the rest of my icing. Unlike the other 2 cookies in the Red Harvest set, the cherries, we start with the green stems, piping those on first, as opposed to starting with kind of like the body of the fruit, like we do with the watermelon and the strawberries. So for the cherries, we're going to do 2 stems, and we're just creating a little bit of curve in those stems. So you just want to make sure you're letting your icing flow out of your piping bag with a little bit of pressure from your hand, but also letting gravity do some work. So what I do is touch the icing to the still wet base of the cookie. You can see it's very glossy, it's still wet, so that the green icing kind of melts into it. That's our wet on wet, literally what it looks like, wet icing on wet icing, perfect. And for the cherry cookie, we're gonna switch which direction the stems go into. So you can see the center, they're going to the left, and on the right-hand side of the cookie, they're going to the right. And then we move to the left side of the cookie, and which direction do you think they're going into? They're going to the right, because of course on the left side, we'd go to the right. Now, it only makes sense if you're looking at the visual because the center is going to be opposite from the other 2. And just like we have on the watermelon cookies, we are going to do a pattern of 2 in the middle and 3 on each side. But unlike the watermelon cookies, the cherries are relatively all going in the same direction, probably with the exception of the middle left one, which goes a little bit more towards the center versus being a vertical look. One thing I would do differently with this cookie is cut the piping bag smaller for the green. I don't know, it just looks a little blobby. Now when it comes to the cherries, I'm piping on kind of pressure piping, where I'm putting more pressure to get the icing out of my piping bag faster, unlike what we did with the stems. And I'm pressure piping kind of heart shapes. Because this is wet on wet and the type of icing consistency we're using, it is going to spread out and not exactly look like little hearts. It's the type of thing where you look at it and you're like, oh, that kind of looks like a heart, but it wasn't necessarily. This has a straight pointy edge. We have domes. You can see some of them look more like hearts than the others. And that's the look we're going for. And so you're just going to pressure pipe little hearts at the end of every single stem, knowing that they're going to spread out a little bit more. What I initially pipe on spreads. It gets wider as it blends into the wet base. As with all of the other cookies in this set, because they are wet on wet, you don't want to be too much of a perfectionist when you're adding your icing, or it's just going to start sitting on top. Now that can be a total great look, whatever you're going for. But if you're trying to keep this intended wet on wet pattern, you don't want to do that. And then we're coming in with a completely optional, grabbing a edible pen and just adding a few little outline zhuzhes to these cherries to give them a little bit more dimension, make them a little bit more fun. And in my mind, they look a little bit more artistic because we have this additional intention of using the black marker. When you do this, you definitely want to make sure your cookie is completely dry. Otherwise, that marker is just going to break right through the surface. We definitely don't want that, and I have definitely done that to a cookie before. So less is more here, and here's our cherry cookie. The cherry cookie is part of the Red Harvest set that teaches you how to make watermelon, cherry, and strawberry cookie patterns.